Aging in our culture can be difficult, but it's a privilege to get older, a fact that can be forgotten in our youth-obsessed society.
Yes, we hear about that a lot. So here to reframe this conversation and then help all of us age with purpose and grace, we have six-time U.S. Pro-Am ballroom dance champion and one of the top real estate brokers in the country, Robin Kencel. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes. This is a conversation we were just having last week in the office about how do you age and accept that you're getting older and do it, you say, with purpose and grace.
Yes.
How do we do this?
You know, I think you need to be intentional. It doesn't just happen, and if you let it just happen, then you're going to look in the mirror and go, what am I really doing? And taking a little time as we reach retirement or as we have a chapter change and thinking about what's important to me, I think is the first step.
Yeah, that's a really great point when you say intentional, because you hear women say, I don't know what happened, but I just looked in the mirror and I just don't feel good. And I don't, so maybe they weren't being intentional, and that's a really great tip. And how does that kind of help us if we think about that? Live a life well lived if we're doing that consistently.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it starts with what's meaningful to you, and that takes some reflection. So thinking about deep down, when I'm gone, what do I want to say? I'm glad that's who I was. And so that's a little bit of a process. Some people, when they get older, just kind of know, now the kids are gone, or now I'm retired, I can go ahead and do what I always wanted to do. But I hear from a lot of women, I don't know what to do with myself. And then I think you've got to go back and say, what am I passionate about? What do I enjoy? And if it's something you're also good at, that's really good.
One of your passions is ballroom dancing. Did I get it right? Is it Pro-Am?
It's Pro-Am. So I have a pro partner. I'm so lucky.
Still, is this the two of you dancing here?
Wow. Yeah, that's us at one of our competitions. That's a huge competition.
You're a gorgeous dancer to start.
Thank you.
Yes.
Did this help you set that intention for yourself? I'm sure that's a community that cares about, you know, what you put in your body and how you fuel yourself.
Well, you definitely have to think about all those elements because it's so athletic.
Right.
But I'll have to say that ballroom's interesting because there's so many dimensions to it. Believe it or not, it helps me in every aspect because you're constantly negotiating. Don't tell him I said that because remember, he's the leader and I'm the follower.
Oh, yes, right.
But you have to figure out how to work with them and how to, you know, work against your weight, and then it's performing for the audience, but keeping who you are, not losing who you are in the moment, right? And there's so much in life where I think we're looking ahead or obsessing about the back, and we're not in the moment.
In the moment, yeah. And that's very empowering to kind of be able to channel that and also follow your passions at the same time. You mentioned graceful strength and empowerment as something that's very important for women to kind of harness. Talk about that.
Okay, so listen, I'm not young. And when
You look young.
And when I came into the business world, you know, we were literally dressing in striped suits, tucked shirts, and a bow tie.
Oh, wow.
I'm not kidding you. And we felt like we had to really go against the men because remember, there was that big glass ceiling. And I learned you don't have to have a loud voice to make a big impact. So I think you can apply that grace and kindness. Why can't we have more kindness? And we could still make a difference. You don't have to be the screaming person in the room.
How do you live such a holistic, well-rounded life when we're so busy, when you're being pulled in so many directions? You do real estate, you still dance. How do you put that at the forefront?
I think there's two things. You both have kids. You know that whichever kid is crying the loudest, that's who you're paying attention to.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like that with the different aspects of your life. If I have a huge client in real estate and we are in the thick of a deal, I'm all in. If I've got the national competition coming up in ballroom like I do in 4 weeks, then I'm hyper focused on that. So it's sort of prioritizing who's the screaming child. But I think the other piece of it, I am calendar obsessed. So I think ahead and really sort of plan out the things that have to be's. And then the white space, that's, you know, the other things.
Yeah, you can color that in.
All comes back to intention. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the inspiration today. We're not done yet. You have to learn more from Robin. So go to robinkencel.com and follow her there. Thank you for being here. Good luck in 4 weeks.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good luck.